Hello. Perhaps you were expecting Pastor Joel, but I get the privilege of talking for a few minutes with you today. First of all, as Chair of Council, I would like to express my thankfulness to Joel. I could say a lot, but then all my minutes would be taken. I'm sure that you agree with me that it's been a huge blessing to have someone like him as our pastor during this time. And just in the nick of time, we had Megan Court in position, another blessing from God. Also, so many thank yous to every worship team and all the sound and projection people and bulletin editors. And every Sunday, it's been beautiful to have Pastor Joel and Brad and also Melinda feeding our minds and souls with their messages. We are in unusual times. Like all other significant times in history, life, since COVID-19 affected the world, is different and will likely always be different and changed in many ways. I believe that this time we are in is a Selah time. Selah is a word you find in various chapters in the Bible in the book of Psalms. The precise meaning of this Hebrew word Selah is unknown, and in the dictionary it says that it means or indicates a pause for contemplation or to pause and reflect. We have had our lives changed so drastically that we have been stopped from doing many activities and brought back into our homes with just our immediate families. So it makes one think, at least it makes me think and wonder, why would God want us to take a pause to contemplate or reflect? And I also wonder, what would God want us or me to learn or know in the Selah time? As most of you know, once a month we have someone in the church prepare and pray a prayer called Prayers of the People. My turn was to do it this past Sunday. One way I begin this process is to pray and ask God, what is on your heart for your people? I heard him say very clearly in my mind and heart this word for us. You are the apple of my eye. First I thought, oh, that's so neat. And then I thought, actually, what does that mean? So I went to the Bible to find out where God says that. It's in a few places, but the first verse that I read it in was in Deuteronomy 32, verse 10. In a desert land, he, God, found him in a barren and howling waste. He shielded him and cared for him. He guarded him as the apple of his eye. And it's also in Psalm 17, verse 8. King David prays this. Keep me as the apple of your eye. Hide me in the shadow of your wings. The phrase, the apple of my eye, is translated from a Hebrew word which means little man of my eye. When you look into someone's eye, you can see yourself reflected in the pupil of their eyeball as a little person. When you look eye to eye with someone, you are the center of their focus and they are the center of your focus. In order to be able to look into someone's eyes, you have to be still, to be close, and to gaze and look at one another. When we stop and do that, we are taking time for that person. When you grow in your focus, whatever you focus on, you empower. In this Selah time, this moment in history, will you pause, reflect, contemplate on the one, Jesus Christ, who died for you, just as we celebrated last week? Will you stop and look into his eyes? He is the one that your heart and life truly yearns for. He is waiting and ready, and you will be filled with joy. Why? Because you will see yourself in his eyes. May you see then what God sees. He sees you, yes, you, as chosen, royal, holy. You are special to him. Let's end in prayer. Let's pray. God, we come to you in the Selah moment of our lives, where we are pausing from travel, from visiting each other in our homes, from shopping other than essentials, from sports, from gathering in church, from going to school, from so many things. We ask that in this pause we can reflect and, most importantly, take the time to see that we are reflected in your eyes. Help us to know more deeply and profoundly that we, each one of us, is the apple of your eye. God's joy and perfect peace be with you.